This morning's video could go one of two ways. It could be fun and stupid, or broody and sarcastic. We're going to go for fun and stupid, because that's just the kind of day I want to have, a fun, stupid day. First of all, we got parent-teacher conferences today, which is annoying. I don't mind the conferences, but I don't like the parent part. Like, if you need to catch up on your kid's academic progress, then just ask me. Why don't I have a dedicated day for talking about how your kid is doing in school? I don't know. I just don't like... Never mind. We're getting away from the topic. Last night after dinner, well, way after dinner, before bed, I had a bowl of cereal. Sometimes I'll do that instead of having dessert because I like to think that cereal is healthy. But what I ate was Fruity Pebbles. Now, in my defense, they are gluten-free, so great, right? But here's the thing about cereal. There's a certain milk to cereal ratio that needs to take place. And it's actually different for the type of cereal that you're having. For example, Fruity Pebbles, they're much smaller. Frosted Mini Wheats, much larger. They require different amounts of milk in order to make them taste delightful. The way I typically go about doing it is I will pour my cereal until the peak of the mound in the bowl is even with the top of the bowl. I find that if you go over the top of the bowl when you add the milk, did I say the milk or the cereal? I will pour the cereal until the peak of the pile is even with the top of the bowl. About to sneeze. That was disgusting. Anyway, I like the cereal mound to be even with the top of the bowl, and then add the milk later. Sorry, I gotta adjust the AC in here a little bit. It's fogging up my window. Man, I'm just a mess this morning. Blah. Then you add the milk after the cereal is in. I typically will flatten the cereal down too, so it's not like peaked, but rather just slightly rounded over, just so that it's all evenly spread. And then you add the milk. Well, but how do you add the milk if you can't see where it's going in the bowl? If the bowl is too full. Excuse me. I add the milk until I see the cereal start to float. The second the cereal starts to float and is no longer in contact with the bottom or the sides of the bowl, then I know there's enough milk in there. I like my cereal to be milky, meaning I like to have milk left over to drink out of the bowl after the cereal is gone. Some people don't like that. Some people like there to be just enough milk so that when you take the last bite of cereal, the last drop of milk goes with it, or at least close to it. Fruity Pebbles is a very specific case, though, because there's a very fine line between too crunchy and too soggy. There's a very, very specific consistency that Fruity Pebbles have to be in order for them to be enjoyed at their most, and it's this: slightly crunchy around the edges of each pebble, but mostly soggy. That's how I eat my Fruity Pebbles. I put the milk in and I'll actually wait a couple minutes until all the pebbles start to absorb. But the problem is if you wait too long, the ones at the bottom get super soggy and you end up with fruity soil instead of Fruity Pebbles. Or fruity sand, I guess. So, Fruity Pebbles is an interesting case when it comes to adding milk. Frosted Mini Wheats, on the other hand, frosted shredded wheat, is different because you need to add a lot of milk in order to break down those charcoal bricks that they put in that box. Those things are hard, and they're not fun to chew on when they're super dry, so you gotta soak them in milk to the point where they're about falling apart. I remember when we were kids, it wasn't frosted mini wheats. It was just, I don't know if it was frosted shredded wheat or what it was called, but they were huge too. Like, you put them in the bowl, you can only fit like 5 chunks in the bowl, and then when you added the milk, you had to chop them in half. I don't even know if they make the big ones anymore, or if they just never got bought after they started making the mini ones, which was, the mini ones, great idea on, I'm not sure who makes them. Kellogg's Frosted Mini Wheats, yeah. As far as cereal brands, they're really just kind of the top 3. You have Kellogg's, you have General Mills, and you have Post. I think Post has the weakest game. Sorry, Post. General Mills and Kellogg's kind of take it. General Mills probably the number 1. Just, they have the most star power, as it were. Probably my top, I'll say, kid cereal, young people cereal, is Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Although, if you've never had Blueberry Toast Crunch, that's pretty good too. Actually, I think it's Blueberry French Toast Crunch. French Toast Crunch is okay. I liked it the first time I had it. It was fun. The little pieces of cereal look like little slices of bread, and it's adorable. But Blueberry Toast Crunch is even better. We bought Waffle Crisp the other day. I haven't seen or had Waffle Crisp in forever. If I don't get a move on, it's going to be all gone from the house before I get a chance, because other people are devouring it. Additionally, what else? Okay, favorite kid cereal, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. With taste, cinnamon swirl taste in every bite. I forget what the commercial was. See, I haven't watched Saturday morning cartoons in so long that I'm forgetting these fun little sayings. Because you used to see the cereal commercials all the time. Crunchitize me, Captain. Gotta have my pops. And then you'd have the little professor guy, like, who didn't believe that there was cinnamon in the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and the kids would be like, look, and then look under his magnifying glass, and forget exactly what they say. Something about cinnamon swirl in every bite. So, I don't know. I love nostalgia right there. Favorite adult cereal, or grown-up cereal, that most kids don't like, Raisin Bran. I love Raisin Bran. Raisin Bran Crunch is really, really good. But Raisin Bran, regular, by itself, is probably my favorite older person cereal. We use 2% milk at home. For the longest time, I was a skim drinker. That's just what we had when I was growing up. That's what I grew accustomed to. And really, for a long time, I couldn't tell the difference in milk. I know that, like, at school, when you had your little milk carton, that was 2% milk. And I had, like, school lunch every single day and had milk a lot. But I couldn't really tell the difference between skim, 1%, 2%. Whole milk, yeah, there's probably a difference there because it's, like, dense and thicker. And I use whole milk for cooking, and then Ellie drinks whole milk because I guess it's better for her. But when I got married, I compromised because Mary Jane wanted 2%, and I was used to skim. She's like, I'm not going to drink skim. So we compromised and went to 1%, and then I just kind of felt accustomed to pleasing her, so we got the 2%. That's what we've been on for quite a while now, which I think that's what they used to, I'll say used to, put on the nutrition facts, like a quarter cup of 2% milk. Now the nutrition facts, I don't know if you've looked at them lately, most of them encourage you to use skim milk with your cereal, which I think, I don't know, I've noticed a lot of companies, like, trying to do the whole gluten-free or reduce sugar or no salt added. Like, come on, people. It is not your responsibility to make your food more healthy. Like, if people want to eat Fruity Pebbles, they shouldn't have to worry that there's too much sugar in it. Like, you're looking at Fruity Pebbles. You know? I don't know. I guess kudos to them for pleasing the masses. Maybe they get more boxes sold that way, especially for parents who want their kids to eat healthier. Let's be honest, there's nothing healthy about a bowl of Fruit Loops. Okay? Or Rice Krispie cereal. Well, Rice Krispie, I guess. But Rice Krispie Treats, on the other hand, that's a seasonal favorite. I know they sell it most of the year, but I only eat it seasonally. If you've never had Rice Krispie Treats cereal, that stuff is delicious. But be prepared not to share it with anybody, because there's only one really good chunk in the box. And my brother, sister, and I would often fight or try to be the first to open the box of Rice Krispie Treat cereal and get the big chunk for our bowl, or just eat it plain. Sometimes you had to eat it plain because you couldn't waste time looking for a bowl and some milk. The rest of the chunks are usually, I mean, they're okay. They're alright. But they're not good chunks. And if you've never had Rice Krispie Treat cereal, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But if you have, you know. Anyway, I could go on talking about cereal for a long, long time, and some people might find that surprising, like how much does there really say about cereal? There's a lot, from the way that it's packaged, to the way that it's presented, to the way that it's poured, stored, and devoured. But I won't subject you to that. I have another piece of writing. It's called Serious Cereal Citations. It's on my blog. Google it. And I'll see you this afternoon.